It is Monday, February 12th, and the Splash Zone is back in your life. I am Matt Modi with my I'm going to have four NBA player props for today's NBA betting slate. I got to admit, I'm a little bit tired post Super Bowl, but I'm here up early, cashing out, or hopefully cashing out, giving out some NBA bangers for today. I didn't have any NBA plays yesterday because yesterday was the Super Bowl. Last time I had a video, it was great. Amazing day. The cold streak, we finally got it to snap a little bit. We went 3-0 on our picks for Saturday, cashing all three of our plays, up 3.53 units in those plays as well. We cashed Halliburton over 8.5 assists. We cashed Tyus Jones over 8.5 assists as well. And we cashed Jalen Green over 21.5 points. It was an amazing day, which we desperately needed because we are on a pretty brutal cold streak heading in to Saturday's slate. So it's very nice to have a 3-0 day. That brings our total profit on the entire year. We're up 46.85 units with an ROI of 27.16%. So obviously our season-long results are incredible as well. Up over 27% ROI, up almost 50 units before the All-Star break is nice. I would love to get to 50 units by the All-Star break. So let's hope these next couple days are good. But if you are new to my channel, would appreciate it if you could subscribe. Also for this specific video, if you could like and comment, all that stuff helps me out as well. But that's enough about that. Let's get into today's picks. Let's get wet. Our first play that we're going to go ahead and lock in here. This is in the 76ers versus Cavs game. And I'm taking Tyrese Maxey under 5.5 assists, minus 105 odds at ESPN Bet. So this is going to be our only under play of the day, our only non-plus money banger as well, our only play for minus money. And it's only minus 105, so that's not terrible. But I think in this game, I think there are a ton of reasons why you want to take the under on Maxey assists. And of all four of my plays, this is definitely my favorite play of the day. So if I had to give out just one of my favorites, this is definitely my favorite play of the day. For starters, the Cavs are just not a defense that you want to target for point guard assists, right? The way they play defense is they rarely send help to guards. Their men stick on their shooters, and they trust their one-on-one defenders, and they trust Jared Allen in the paint to sway away anybody from getting to the rim. So what that means is that there are not a lot of kick out or not a lot of assist opportunities for lead guards against the Cavs, right? So with that thought in mind, the Cavs are giving up the second fewest assists per game to point guards in the entire NBA and the third fewest assists per game to point guards over the past 30 days. If you want to take a step even further, which I use Courtside Pal for this, they look at not only position, but your playmaking style. The Cavs are giving up the second fewest amount of assists per game to someone of Tyrese Maxey's playmaking style, the fewest of someone to his shooting profile, and the 10th fewest to someone of his scoring profile. So really by all three metrics that I look at, two of them make it like one of the hardest matchups in the NBA, with one of them not quite as bad, but still a tough matchup overall, right? And if you look at Tyrese Maxey, he just gets so many fewer assists, so many fewer, I'm not sure if that's the right phrasing, but you know what I mean. He gets a lot less assists than when Joel Embiid is off the court, right? Their two-man game is where Maxey does get a lot of his assists. He doesn't have to do a lot of high-level passing reads. He just hands the ball off to Embiid, and he can get an assist from doing that. With Embiid in the lineup, Maxey went over this number in 21 of 33 games, averaging 6.8 assists per game in those 33 games as well. Without Embiid, Maxey has only cleared it in 6 of those 14 games that he's played without Joel Embiid. With Embiid on the court, Maxey's assist rate is 27.27%. That goes down about 4% to 23.65% without him. Even though he's a high usage guard, which would always scare you, for like 6 assists isn't a ton for a high usage guard like Maxey. Because of the matchup and because of his playing style, the under is actually the play here. Again, it's my favorite play of the day if I had to choose one. Obviously, I'm locking in and tracking all four, but this one's definitely my favorite. That's our first play. Next up, Nuggets versus Bucks game. Jamal Murray over 23.5 points, plus 110 odds at ESPN Bet. Now we're getting to some overs, and this is actually a play that I'm laddering to 30 plus points as well. 30 plus is offered at plus 330 odds at FanDuel, a lot of 30s. And that I put a third of a unit on. So I put about $35, which is just about a third of a unit. For the latter plays, if you are new to my channel, I give out situations where I obviously I like his mainline play, which is what we officially track, but I like to tell people when I'm laddering plays as well, just so they know what I'm doing personally, right? I've had, despite how rough last week was, We actually had a pretty good ladder week. I think we got 4 different ladder plays, maybe 5 different ladder plays to cash last week, which was pretty good overall, despite the fact that the week was rough until the ending. We did get some ladder plays to catch, which was nice. Anyways, about the specific play here. This is a drum. I've been banging on this drum all year. You want to take your guards, especially your lead high usage guards against the Bucks, right? I've talked about it almost any opportunity I can get. And it's come through for us a lot, definitely more often than not, right? Majority of the time, we're able to get these point guard plays to cash against the Bucks. And I explain it in different videos, so I don't want to explain the same thing over and over again for the recurring viewers. If you're new, all you really need to know is that the Bucks play a drop coverage type of defense, which leads itself to a lot of pull-up opportunities for lead guards who run a ton of pick and roll, which, I mean, Jokic and Murray's two-man game, that pick and roll is the best in the NBA, right? They run a ton of pick and rolls with them too. On the entire season, the Bucks are giving up the 4th most points per game to point guards, the 7th most over the past 30 days, and over the past 2 weeks, literally the most points per game to point guards in the NBA. Again, looking at this even further using Courtside Pal, the Bucks are giving up the 3rd most points per game, the summit of Jamal Murray's shooting profile. 5 of the last 8 point guards against the Bucks have cashed their point total over/under, or cashed their over, I should say, of their point total over/under. And that includes Jamal Murray, right? Last time these two teams played at the end of January, Jamal Murray hung 35 points on the Bucks. That was actually Doc Rivers' first game coached for the Bucks, and they've actually been horrible under Doc Rivers. Not that the reason why I'm playing that. Their defensive style didn't really change. If anything, it's gotten even more aggressive with the drop coverage because that's what Doc did in Philly. So yeah, Jamal Murray cooked them last time these two teams played, and the only time that they played last year, Jamal Murray cooked them as well with 26 points. Granted, different situations, but still cashed it last 2 times against this team. Jamal Murray, looking at him a little bit, he averages about 9 pull-up field goal attempts per game for about 9.5 points, and that is 9th in the NBA. And if you look at the guys above him, it's like MVP candidates, right? It's SGA, it's Donovan Mitchell, it's Jalen Brunson, it's Luka, it's Trae Young. It's all these stud guards are the only guys above Jamal Murray in terms of points made off of pull-up field goal attempts. I will admit Murray has been a little bit hit or miss and a little bit cold recently. This makes it a perfect time to fade recent results. Like I said, he just crushed this over last time these two teams played. We just need him to get to 24 in this one. He doesn't need to smash us over. I would like for him to cash our ladder play as well. But we just, again, officially tracked the over 23.5. Next up, 3rd pick for the video, Pacers versus Hornets game. Brandon Miller over 21.5 points, plus 125 odds at Bet Rivers. If you're like me and Bet Rivers is lame as crap and won't let you bet anything, the next best option here is to take his over 20.5 at minus 102 at FanDuel. The best value here is the over 21.5 at plus 125 at Bet Rivers, which is why that's the play I'm officially giving out. But personally, I had to lock in the over 20.5 play at FanDuel. So you can tell my play what I actually locked in, but if I could have taken the Bet Rivers one, I would have. So hopefully that makes sense. This is another ladder play. I'm laddering him to 25 plus points as well. This is at plus 210 odds at FanDuel. This is another matchup play, right? Against for Maxey, we're targeting the Cavs as an under assist play. For the Bucks, we're targeting their defense as an over point guard points play. For Brandon Miller, it's kind of the same thing for these kind of forward slashing type of guards against the Pacers, right? The Pacers have been a train wreck defensively all year. They haven't gotten any better with Pascal Siakam after the trade, right? They're still a defense that you want to target for these types of players. And another defense that we've had success targeting, right? Similar to Murray, it has been admittedly a colder streak for Brandon Miller as well. He has missed this in 3 straight games. So it's another great opportunity to fade recent results, right? That's something that I definitely love doing, is fading what has happened recently, because people just fall in love with the most recent trends, and you can actually get some value betting the opposite of that. And Brandon Miller was on fire prior to this 3-game stretch, so it's only natural for things to start swinging back down the other way, especially for a rookie who's just trying to make his way in the NBA, right? Prior to this 3-game stretch in which he went under in all 3, he had gone over in 5 of 7 games. In one of the games that he missed this over, he scored exactly 21 points, so was right there. Obviously, the Melo Ball is still out for this game. He's going to be out for a while. He's got the highest usage rate on the team. And now the Hornets are going to be without Gordon Hayward and PJ Washington as well, as they were traded away. That's 2 more guys with usage rates above 20%. Now, obviously, they are going to be adding guys to the rotation, like Trey Mann, who I actually think is a pretty good player. He won't have a high usage rate, and he'd be more of a pass-first guy as well. And with LaMelo Ball off the court, Brandon Miller has the highest usage rate increase on the Hornets. So what I mean by that is his usage rate normally versus his usage rate with Ball off the court. Brandon Miller has the highest usage rate increase, and he has the second highest usage rate on the team without LaMelo Ball on the court, second only behind Miles Bridges. And as for the matchup, as I mentioned, it's a very juicy one. The Pacers are giving up the fourth most points per game to someone of his shooting profile and the second most to someone of his scoring profile. Last time these two teams played, Brandon Miller hung 35 on them. Again, we don't need him quite to get to where he got to last time, but he has had the success doing that. We don't quite need that. We just need him to get to 22 points to cash our official play, 25 points to cash our ladder. Let's hope he can cash both. Last up, fourth and final pick of the evening, Immanuel Quickley. This is in the Spurs-Raptors game, I should say. Immanuel Quickley, 20 plus points, plus 130 odds at BetRivers. This is also plus 125 at FanDuel, which is if you use Pick It and follow me there, that's what I locked in. So last play of the evening, I got to admit, this one is definitely the scariest play of the evening as well. This one is going to take some stones. I'm going to officially label this our Pepto play of the day. It's going to make your stomach feel a little bit queasy going down. So just take some Pepto to calm that bad boy down a little bit. Quickley's been ice cold recently for the Raptors. There's no doubt about it, right? He was on fire when he first joined the team, right? And I had a lot of these plays, right? He had 20 plus points in 4 of the first 5 games for the Raptors and 5 of the first 7. And since then, he's only done it twice, right? So he's been ice cold. Definitely not trying to hide behind that. Another situation where we get to fade recent results, this one admittedly being the most aggressive. And another situation where we are targeting a juicy matchup, right? The Spurs aren't the Bucks. The Bucks are listed as the best matchup for point guard point props, but they're still pretty bad, right? Props.cash lists the Spurs as the third best matchup in the NBA when it comes to point guard point props. They have on the year allowed the second most points per game to point guards in the NBA, so actually more than the Bucks on the entire season. 3 of the last 4 and 6 of the last 9. That's very nice. 6 of 9 point guards against the Spurs have gone over their point total over under. And this is another situation where you need to look at the increased usage because of guys no longer on the team, right? The Raptors traded away Dennis Schroeder. He was second on the team in just total minutes played. Somebody's got to take those point guard minutes, and Dennis Schroeder's 19.86% usage rate as well. With Schroeder off the court, Quickley has the third highest usage rate on the team. He's only behind Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett. So because of the matchup, because of the increased usage rate without Dennis Schroeder, I like Quickley in this one. It's definitely going to feel scary, but he should have a good game, hopefully getting us to 20 plus points. And that's all we got. 4 bangers for you guys to lock in. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're still here, I mention this at the end of every video. I do have a Dub Club. Now, I'm not trying to sell you on a VIP picks package or anything like that. Everything I give out on Dub Club, which is $5 a month, I also give out for free on YouTube in the YouTube video that you're watching right now. With the logic being, you can use the Dub Club, to get picks texted to you immediately. So you don't have to watch the video. And if odds change, or maybe you just don't have time to watch YouTube video, you can just get them texted to you immediately. So that's kind of the logic for it. And then for people that just don't want to watch the video at all, but you still like the picks that I'm giving out, well, then just sign up for the Dub Club. Again, it's only $5 a month, and there's nothing on Dub Club that you can get on Dub Club that you cannot get on YouTube. Everything I give out on Dub Club goes out for free on YouTube. So again, I'm not selling you some VIP picks package or anything like that. It's just for the people that want to get my plays texted to them early or just don't feel like watching the videos at all. But that's it. That's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.